boom! Lamar Miller, touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy, who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And coming out now, the Broncos. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
They go play action here on first down. And he can't quite bring it in. Might have heard footsteps there across the middle. Second down.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
They'll come out in the pistol. Again, we'll see the pistol here. On second down, Anderson looking for a seam but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third. We've become so accustomed to it, you sort of take it for granted. You really do, but he is so good that every team in his division every year is trying to make sure they draft people charged with trying to block J.J. Watt. So far, hasn't been too successful. Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver, and it's fourth down.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
This is brought in at the 21. Nice stiff arm.
Underused, but still effective.
A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down. And here's a look at the defense for Denver.
Von Miller is so good that he doesn't even need a nickname. His ability to bend and dip on the pass rush, unequaled in this league.
Shift together here from the D-line. On second down, Cousins again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. They isolate Hopkins on the left side. Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. These coaches told us they wanted to take the top off this defense. They wanted to be able to stretch them downfield. They showed it pretty well there.
And they knew that if they were able to do that, it would open up everything else. But how did they truly get it done? Practice in the previous week, making sure they had a plan, fine-tuned before they put it into effect in the game.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's Texans football as we get going in quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a first down. First down, here's Cousins. That is caught at the 7-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. On second down, here's Miller. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Lamar Miller, his second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Texans have taken the lead. So the second time tonight he has hit the end zone, Charles.
Some people just have a natural nose for the end zone, and he's exhibiting that here in this game. Big-time job, and of course he's got to pat the backs of the offensive line.
Yeah, they can't be lost in the shuffle. They're vital. That's fielded in the end zone. Emmanuel Sanders. He's at the 40, 20, 10, 5, and all the way home for a Broncos score. Emmanuel Sanders with officially a 103-yard return. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is taken near the 13. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And the Texans set to come onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away. It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
A second down throw for Cousins. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. And I know it seems like we say this a lot in broadcast booths, but a quarterback can hold on to the football too long in these situations. I think he did right there.
Oh, I agree with you totally. Sometimes you have to understand situations. Get rid of the football, save some yardage to make it less to gain for the next down. Instead, he was so hipped on ball security, he held on to it and took a big sack.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39. Watch it now. All right, now, look at 56.
After the penalty, it's Miller. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Cousins, a hit as he throws there, incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. And on 2nd and 10 now. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
All right, here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And now Miller hit, and he fumbles. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. And now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Ten yards still left on 2nd down. Brown, the lone receiver, left.
Let's go. Green 30.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And that is incomplete. And that right there will set him back a bit on the offensive holding penalty.
And you know who you want to pressure after a penalty like that? The guy who just committed the foul. You want to see if he's going to keep his head down or if he's going to get his head right back into the game. I'd send a blitz at him right away and see if he holds up.
Let's go.
They'll look to throw here. They set up the screen to Booker. And some room to maneuver. A huge play there on the screen pass. 67 yards.
What really hurts defenses on screen passes is that they eat up one of their levels right away. Because you know, most defenses, there's 3 levels. D-line, linebacker, secondary. But on a screen pass, you're inviting the defensive line to get past them. And then you throw the ball over their heads. And now there's just 2 levels left to try and stop big guys out in front of a guy running with the football.
Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver. And it's second down.
When it's well executed, a wide receiver screen can often be a thing of beauty, but so many things have to go right in order to complete it. Blocking out in front, timing of the quarterback with the receiver, and oftentimes everything gets set, and guess what? They drop the football.
They'll look to throw, and his throw's going to be incomplete. Virgil Green is tied in, the intended receiver, and that'll make it third down.
All defenders get tired of hearing about their lack of hands and why they're playing defense instead of offense. But in this situation, it was the hands that made the play. Batting the ball away on an attempted touchdown pass. Excellent job. Way to knock it down.
In the backfield is Anderson. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. DJ Reader in there to drop it for a 4-yard loss, and it'll be 4th down. Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Now Brandon McManus for the Bronco field goal. And McManus able to put it through, and they take a 17-14 lead. So the drive stalls out, but they are able to put 3 points on the board.
Yeah, just a yard or 2 shorter than an extra point, so no problems converting there.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And now out comes Houston. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they thought they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Now a first carry for their fullback, and he'll be brought down right around the 37. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Let's face it, you always want a team full of guys who can get you first downs and big plays of all styles. But you've got to have a big man you can just turn and hand it to, and he can be dependable in picking up first downs.
They isolate Hopkins on the left side. On 1st and 10, Cousins firing quickly here, and that's complete. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
Going deep this time for Miller. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. They were trying to get the connection with a former Buckeye, Braxton Miller. And that takes us from second to third down. Game clock at 2:01. Time for one final play before the 2-minute warning. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. third down, Cousins. He's going to take another shot here. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. In the backfield is Anderson. He'll get the football here. And an alley to run. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
For so many years, I was convinced it was a myth, because you always hear about the smaller running back. Oh, he gets lost, you can't find him, and sometimes that's part of his genius. But it's true. You get behind big offensive linemen, the defensive line guys trying to find him, trying to peek around people to see.
And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So the offense has it 1st and 10. Another pistol look here. They run again on 1st down. Anderson. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
It's a pickup of 19, and it's a 1st down for the Broncos.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Give him 6 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. 2nd down and 4.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll look to throw again. And he whips that one incomplete there. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. And it's 3rd and 4. And the offense looks to pick up the first here on 3rd after that incompletion. Back to throw again. And he comes back with 1 complete. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains. And quickly, they get to the line.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And McManus able to put it through. So we are at halftime. Well, we're going to let you off a little easy there, LR. Halftime interrupted, and we are ready to get to this 3rd quarter. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with it. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up.
All right, Brandon, you know me as well as anyone. You know I don't usually advocate abandoning things during a game, but here we are in the 2nd half. I think it's time to change things up. Let the running game go a little bit. Let's get to the passing game, and if you still want to get in the hands of the runner, maybe you swing it to him, throw it to him a little bit, try it that way.
The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Set, 3-19. 3-19.
On 3rd and 1, here's Cousins. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
You know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Here's Garrett Swanson now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. This is taken at about the 14. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. They find some open field here. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. A big-time run there by Anderson. 46 yards on the ground. They send Green to the left on his own. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Screen play, Anderson. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. C.J. Anderson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Yeah, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, whoever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
And here comes the Texans now. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, if there got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Now Cousins here on the bootleg. Going up top. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Texans draw a bit closer. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers. That meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And last year that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee, and that's at the 25. The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field, and they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. So he got his hands a little too far outside. The ref caught him, threw the flag. So now the offense is facing a first down and 20 after that last mistake. Following the penalty, Anderson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it was the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
They'll come up now in the Wildcat package.
Come on, let's go.
On the direct snap, it's Booker. Handoff comes to Anderson. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. It's a pickup of 17 there. And that's going to bring up a third down.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
So following the run, we'll see what they do here on third down.
All right, now, look at 56.
Third and short, it's Booker. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a fourth down.
Now, that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
Here's Riley Dixon now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Just a 25-yard punt. Not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the Texans take possession. And now out comes Houston. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
The reason that counter and misdirection plays work so well is that usually you've given them a reason to think that everything's going to the direction that starts initially. You've run that type of a play throughout the game. You've given them that look, and now you're going to counter things and bring it back the other way. Almost a tendency breaker at times. And a lot of it is making sure that you have an illusion, almost like a magician. Look over here. But the play is actually happening over there, and that's where running back's vision comes into play. See the hole in a place where people don't expect and get there with some speed. And that's exactly what he did on that play.
Miller, the lone setback. He's going to get the football. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that any time you hand the ball to a back.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Back now here on EA Sports. Second down to the offense, needing 5 yards. They'll come out in the pistol. Cousins now on second down. And Miller with it over the middle. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic and people wanting to put a little contact on him. Really well done.
Here we go now.
Cousins on 3rd and 2. He's got the completion to Strong. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Jalen Strong, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. And an important one that is, as we are tied now early in this 4th quarter. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They send Green to the left on his own. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Catch here, left side, Thomas. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. It's complete to Brown, right side. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
3rd down now following the completed pass. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. In the backfield is Anderson. And he'll get it up the middle. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. J.J. Watt, the one that gets him down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
They run it again with Anderson. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. 1st level defensive line, 2nd level linebackers, 3rd level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a 1st level run, and it was stopped by a 2nd level player.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Hard throw, incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
Fighting through. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They come up in an offset eye.
Green, 39. Green, come on now. Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Derek Wolfe there on the tackle. He's fumbled already once, Charles. I'm not going to say that that was in his mind there, but I'm sure that during some of these plays, he is mindful of it.
And once you fumble the ball, you know what your team tells you and your coaching staff? Take care of it, rest of the game. And that does get in your mind a little bit, and sometimes that slows down your effort in trying to get free from tacklers.
And the defenders know it, too. They sniff that out, don't they?
Everybody wants to swarm the football. You know what the rule is. First guy, hold up the runner. Everyone else try and get there and strip the ball free.
Jalen Strong, the intended receiver, and it's third down.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
On third down, Cousins. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a fourth down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is taken at the 18. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Tie game late, and the offense really has to be conscious of the clock here as it's becoming a factor late in this ballgame. Here's Anderson as they begin this series on the ground. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. So 2nd and 9, the defense looking to put them in a bad spot here. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
And looking at Houston defensively, they've got a dime set. 6 DBs on 3rd. He'll look to throw. He's got time in the pocket. He's going to air one out. And it's knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to hit Thomas that time, and that'll bring up a 4th down. Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on to punt for Denver.
Well, they decided to air it out a little bit on that play, take a shot downfield, but the coverage was really nice. Able to get a hand in and tip it away.
He'll look to set up his blockers. And he'll be out of bounds, getting it across the 25. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now Cousins. And he's got his man on the out route. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice 2nd down for them.
Here's Cousins. Underneath for Miller. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And the offense lining up 1st and 10. Cousins to throw. Caught left side Hopkins. The 20. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the 4th.
Did you see them hold up 4 fingers at the start of the 4th quarter?
They were ready.
They were definitely ready. They may or may not have done that but they certainly have played that way. The fourth quarter has belonged to them, and now the lead belongs to them as well.
It's up and good, and they jump back ahead, 35-28. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And Denver getting set to take the field. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. He's back to throw. On the right side, caught by Green. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
And caught, right side, Green. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. They come out here in the eye. They'll look to throw. Finding time. And his throw is incomplete. He was trying to get that one to Demaryius Thomas, and that'll bring up second down.
And that one was knocked away, and I think the defender's going to be a little upset with himself. They made the play on the football, but that one felt like a forced pass by the quarterback. Thought he had someone open. He really wasn't. Maybe an example of having too much confidence in his receiver that no matter what, I'm going to throw it to him. And that was a play made by the defense, and it could have been a bigger one.
Left side here to Sanders. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. So a little grabbing there, but this time it goes against the offense for holding. Thomas, the lone receiver, left. Back to throw. They set up the screen to Booker. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll force upon them a 3rd and 14. And now they're in the hurry-up. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.